Hey, we can walk on the water.
Walk on the water.
Hey everyone, my name's Felix, and I am a part of the behind-the-scenes team here with The Chosen. Some of you may recognize me from the vlogs that I created while I was on set, but what you might not know is that I was also the one responsible for helping create and animate the opening sequence for the show. And so today I wanted to show you all the cool things that went into the creation of that sequence. So we're gonna get Dallas on Skype since we live hundreds of miles away. I'm gonna let him tell you where the idea for this all began.
The idea for the opening credits visuals came a long time ago, actually. I've always wanted for this show to have an opening credits sequence that was both classic and modern at the same time. And there's a legendary designer named Saul Bass who used to do these credit sequences and poster designs for Alfred Hitchcock and did a bunch of other amazing things. And he had this classic designed idea, and it was like simple and complex at the same time. And so I always wanted this opening credit sequence for The Chosen to reflect that, because I believe The Chosen is both classic and modern. We're trying to not only tell a story that is 2,000 years old, but emphasize that it also has a very modern feel and modern application to it. The principles from 2,000 years ago apply today. It's not like a typical Jesus project that you'd expect, where the look of most Bible projects have a similar feel to them, a similar look, a similar tone. We're trying to say right off the bat, this is a little bit different, but it's not so modern and so hip that it doesn't also capture the history of the characters and the history of the Gospels. So that was kind of the idea behind the opening credit sequence look of it. There's also this idea of the fish. The fish have significance in multiple ways. One of the stories of this entire show is the idea of loaves and fishes, and how the show was even birthed was because of what I believe God made very clear to me, that it's not our job to feed the 5,000, it's only to provide the loaves and fish. And so the multiplying of the fish to feed the 5,000 was a theme of ours from the beginning. Also, the idea of The Chosen being a net that catches lots of fish.
This net gathers fish, all kinds of fish, yes? Yes, all kinds of fish.
That's very much part of the show itself, and it's part of what the show is.
And I believe The Chosen is going to be something God is going to use to catch a lot of fish.
So the fish have a huge theme for us, so that was always going to be part of our design and part of the opening credits. Then specifically, there's that thing that happens inside the opening credits that might not always be noticed by people the first time they watch it, but so if you'll notice, all the fish are going in one direction, and they're all the same color, and they're just slowly moving in the same direction. And this was to kind of identify the way that we can be today, but also the way things might have been 2,000 years ago, where they were all walking in lockstep. And then Jesus came along and upset the apple cart. And as you see in The Chosen opening credits, this different colored fish starts going against the grain. And as he starts to go, others start to turn and follow him. And if you pay close attention at the end of the opening credits, you'll notice that when all these fish are going in a circle, there are 13 fish that are different colored, going the opposite direction, and that's to represent Jesus and the 12 disciples. Then there's the opening credits song. And this has had, I would say, kind of a 90% positive but 10% negative reaction, because it is so unique and so aggressive for a project like this. I remember the first time we ever showed the episodes in a sneak preview screening, the vast majority of the response was extremely positive. But we had some pretty strong reactions to the music, and some of the people were saying, oh, the modern music doesn't fit the tone of the show. And to that, I would say, I think you may have made that decision before you actually watched the show, because the show is actually quite aggressive. The show has a very modern tone to it. And so we wanted to make an announcement with the opening credits. This isn't your grandfather's Jesus project. This is fresh. And yet, at the same time, like with the design, it's also classic. And so the song itself is kind of that feel to it. The lyrics say, got no trouble with the mess you've been, jump in the water, walk on the water. The idea is come in, come to the water, be brave, walk on the water, because even though you may have been a mess, you're welcome here.
Depart from me. I am a sinful man.
Lift up your head, fisherman.
That combination of pain mixed with hope was a key part of the music of the South of the early 20th century, and is a key theme in The Chosen. We're trying to capture the fact that the people were oppressed and that they were held down, but there was hope. And so we wanted to make that statement right off the bat with the opening credits, and that reflects the tone of the rest of the episodes as well. Even some of the music in the episodes has that raw, bluesy feel to it.
Play that through the loudspeaker. I agree.
Yeah.
Had no trouble.